Manchester United is taking on Copenhagen, and Copenhagen is obviously having an issue to address at the club of Manchester United. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name. Welcome back from the weekend, where we went ahead to obviously find ourselves in a position of really beating Sheffield by 2-1. Not all that convincing, but all what we needed is a win. As I told you that in these coming games, all what we need is a win, and we went ahead to obviously register that win. We scored the first goal. After scoring the first goal, we obviously went in through, and so to it that we really got ourselves to where we deserve to be. So it's always great to see to it that everything goes on as planned. Erik ten Hag getting himself a win that has gone ahead to obviously ease the pressure that people have gone ahead to try to obviously put on him. But all I want to let you know is that this is the game of football where we are going to be taking on a side that is obviously very deadly when it comes to them really having a lot of good players. Now, Casemiro is out. You know the reason? He was red carded when you're playing the side of Galatasaray. Amad Diallo, Lisandro Martinez are really out. Amad Diallo knee injury, Lisandro Martinez foot injury, Jordan Sancho disciplinary reasons, Aaron Wan-Bissaka muscle injury, Luke Shaw muscle injury, Tyrell Malacia is back on grass, but it's expected that he'll return when we return from the international break towards the end of November. But Sergio Reguilon, Kobe Menu, Rafael Varane, all are variable to see to it that they obviously take on the team of Copenhagen. Now, Copenhagen defender, that is Elias Jebert. He's back from a continental ban, that is it. But Bierig Meling, now cautioned from sitting out the other games, and the other players that are obviously going to miss out. William Claim, he's having a broken leg. Noah Sahesh is having a knee injury. Nikolai Bolison, the injury is unspecified. Mohamed Erinyosi will make a shift return to the English soil, and remember, he was one of those that obviously was really great in the Premier League. And 18-year midfielder Oscar Holland will reunite with Rasmus Højlund, because Rasmus Højlund was playing for Copenhagen and his brother is coming in through to obviously represent. So those are the players that are going to be available, and those that are going to be unavailable, I've gone ahead to obviously let you know them in full detail. And that takes us to the side of Manchester United and how we expect us to really line up tomorrow. But for Copenhagen, they went ahead and obviously beat Vigil BK over the weekend by 2-1, and they scored from, they pulled one back after German Onguka scored for Vigil BK in the 66th minute. 4 minutes later, they leveled the game through Arias Ankori in the 7th minute, and Mohamed Erinyosi came in through and obviously gave them the winning goal. So that is Copenhagen for you, and they are coming into this with a lot of energy, topping their league in Denmark, having played 8 games, 8 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 26 points in there for you. And for Man United, we are coming into this fixture when we are placed, I think, 8th on the Premier League table. And in this group, we are really the last. And Copenhagen is having 1 point. And all what we need to do is to beat Copenhagen. All I know is that Bayern is going to beat Galatasaray. And after Bayern beats Galatasaray, it's obviously going to be some other news altogether that takes United to where we deserve to be, because we'll be at 3 points. You know, Galatasaray has 4. And Copenhagen will be having 1. So if you go away at Copenhagen and get that win, we'll be at 6 points. And remember, Galatasaray is having to play a doubleheader with Bayern Munich. We'll be having 6 and they'll be at 4. So all what we need to do is win the game of Copenhagen tomorrow, win the game of Copenhagen away, and the game of Galatasaray away. That will be done business for the club of Man United. Because if at all we do that, if at all we do it like that, no team will obviously be coming close to us, because we'll be having close to 9 points, and all what we've been needing will be a draw in the last game we played at Old Trafford against Bayern Munich. Now, let's see who starts, and according to our team, this is what we call the predicted starting 11 of Man United. The system is always a 4-2-3-1 system. 4 defenders, double pivot, 3 attack midfielders, and 1 center forward. And we start off in goal. Obviously, it's Andre Onana coming in through, because he had a very beautiful spell against the team that we played over the weekend, that is Sheffield. Every shot that was directed to him obviously blocked it very well, and there is a dive that he made and obviously saved a ball that he failed to do when you're playing against Brentford, meaning that he's trying to learn and he's improving and he's getting to where he deserves to be as a player of Manchester United. Right back, no doubt, it's all about Diego Dallo playing as a right back for the club of Man United. And remember, he scored his first goal of Man United of the season. Last season, I think he scored 1 or 2, but this time around, he has gone ahead to really find himself in a position of really putting up more and more performances that have gone ahead to put him into that ilk of really being one of the most important players on the field of play. And this is what I told you, that all we have to pray is for Dallo to become good, because when he becomes good, you'll see moments like those that he did against Sheffield that gave United a very good win in there for you. Even in the game of Brentford, you remember that the goal that Scott McTominay scores as an equalizer, who hits that ball first? It was him who hit it first, and then it resulted into Scott McTominay capitalizing onto it and hit that ball into the back of the net. So that's what this man brings on the field of play. That is what Dallo brings on the field of play. On the left back, Varane Reguilon was really reserved by the manager not to take him to Sheffield, and he spared him for this game because it's really very important and he needs the full back to be balanced. And however much he never played that game, he returns to play into this beautiful game of football as he starts onto the left back position. And I think the manager just wanted him to be physically fit to see to it that he gets where he deserves to be. On the right sided centre back, welcome back Rafael Varane, who came on in the 80th minute and played some 10-15 minutes as we played Sheffield away from home. So Rafael Varane takes center stage into that central defense and is going to be playing on the right side of the central defense. Now, on the left side of the central defense, we expect Lindelof to come in through and play that part. Now, Harry Maguire was praised for having played well, but against Sheffield, right? So they even gave him the man of the match, of which he never deserved it. I think it was all going to one player, that is Diego Dallo. But having given him the man of the match, that doesn't guarantee him to start in this beautiful game of football, this fixture that you're going to play against Copenhagen. I think it's going to be Victor Lindelof and Rafael Varane. Then the double pivot, I think it's going to be Sofiane Amrabat. He's coming good, and you see to it that he has a lot of intent to obviously do the needful in that double pivot, and I think he's going to be playing alongside Mason Mount. Mason Mount was kept fresh by the manager for such games because he knows that in the Champions League, experience plays a very huge part when you are really trying to obviously win games. And that's why you saw to it that even Rafael Varane was spared and not given a starting slot into the lineup of Man United as we took on the team of Sheffield at their stadium there. So it shows you exactly that Mason Mount was really benched for this game of football because Erik ten Hag wants him to deliver to the maximum. And that experience is really huge because when you're missing Casemiro, a 4-5 Champions League winner, you need a player who won it at Chelsea, that is Mason Mount, to be at full fitness to see to it that he comes in through to take this team to where he deserves to be. And we go to another player that will come in through. It's going to be Bruno Fernandes playing as a central attacking midfielder into this game. Then Anthony playing as a right attacking midfielder. Then left attacking midfielder, I think it's going to be Marcus Rashford. Then Rasmus Højlund will lead the line for the club of Man United. So that is the predicted starting 11 that I believe Ten Hag is bringing in to obviously face Copenhagen and see that we obviously coming through and really beat this team hands down. Now, when you look at the stats, before I give you my prediction, there's certain things I want to read for you and you really get to know exactly what this fixture is all about. The first one is, this will be the fourth meeting between Man United and FC Copenhagen. Each side won once apiece in 2006, 2007 in the UEFA Champions League stages, and United won a UEFA Europa League quarter-final tie against him in 2022. So it has been something easy for United the last time we played them in 2020, Then Copenhagen, first ever UEFA Champions League win was against Man United, a 1-0 away victory in November 2006. However, they've never won or scored a goal in 4 away games against the English side in a competition. Then, Manchester United's last game against the Danish side in the UEFA Champions League came in December 2008 in a 2-2 draw with Aalborg BK. The Red Devils won their first 3 games against Danish teams in the competition, but have only won 1 of the 3. So, we need to obviously write our history right this time round. Copenhagen haven't scored a goal in any of their last 7 matches against English sides in European competition, with their last goal coming against Man City in the UEFA Cup in February 2009. That is it. Then lastly, this is the first time Man United have begun a European competition Champions League with defeats in their opening 2 games. Bayern Munich and Galatasaray. Indeed, they have lost their last 3 games in the Champions League and have never lost 4 in a row. So, talking about losing our games of the Champions League, the last 3. The last game playing the Champions League was against Atletico Madrid. They beat us at Old Trafford by 1-0. Then when you add on the loss to Bayern for 3 and the loss to Galatasaray, those are 3 consecutive wins in a row. And Man United have never gone ahead to lose 4 games in a row in the Champions League history. So we wait and see how Ten Hag really irons out that, but I believe that team can easily come in through and obviously win this beautiful game of football and obviously take us to where we deserve to be. My prediction, I'm going for a 3-1 win for Man United. 3-1 win for Man United, but even a 2-0 is possible. But a 3-1 win for Man United is what I'm feeling all around. But all what we need is let's go for the first goal. After scoring the first goal, let's not concede, as we did against Sheffield, After scoring the first goal, let's go for the second goal, right? And we obviously show that we can dominate the game. By the way, Eriksen is really one of those players that might find himself starting into this team, because when he came on through around the 60th minute of the game against Sheffield, he saw to it that we had what we call total control of the game in that midfield, and everyone really came good and played better and better and better. So I won't be shocked if at all Eriksen starts in that game, because another player who has some huge Champions League experience, and the absentia of Casemiro, you anticipate that maybe Ten Hag can think that way. But where will he field Mason Mount and Bruno Fernandes, as Anthony looks like he's a person who always goes ahead to get a nod into that team of Man United? So that is it. So your predictions are welcome in the comment section below. That's what I had for you as far as Manchester United and Copenhagen is really concerned. Rokan David remains my name, and this is the United Matters channel. We thank God for the gift of life, and our predicted starting 11 is that as you see it on the screen. You can as well tell me your additions and subtractions as far as your mind is really telling you onto this. Rokan David is out for now. Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. I'm out. My prediction 3-1 in favor of Manchester United, and we will be praying to see to it that Bayern Munich humiliates Galatasaray at the Allianz Arena. Bye bye.